Hey guys, it's that time again and we're approaching the Dark Ascension pre-release. So here I am with my video to give you the tips and a heads up after playtesting the set before it's come out or even before the pre-release with my friend. First thing I have to say about the format is I understand many of you knew Innistrad to be kind of an aggro format where all the creatures mattered, where very few spell decks really existed, but this time it's completely aggro. Creatures are almost all that matters, unless you can really get that Burning Vengeance deck, which still exists, but can be shut down a lot easier now. And let me tell you, even though it's aggro, don't expect it to be faster, because actually due to stuff like Undying and a lot more destroy spells, the format is actually slowed down. So all those expensive guys like Heretic's Punishment, and you even saw that 4/1 Vampire with Undying, he's actually good. There's no waiting to play him. You get to play him. All these big fatties are playable. Just have a few guys which you can ramp up to. Have a nice curve in the beginning, and then finally get to your fatties, and you're fine. And trust me, in this format, they set it up really well that every color has a nice curve. Although due to Undying, now you can't really just be like, I kill your guy in the beginning or anything. You're going to actually have to hold on to them, because your opponent can play an Undying guy after you kill one of his smaller creatures, and you're standing there like, ah, great, now to kill him. Instead, you gotta learn how to trade efficiently in the beginning. Also, many mythics have now become incredible. Like Essence of the Wild, remember that guy? Yeah, with all these token decks, imagine all of a sudden playing one token card and getting 3 more Essence of the Wilds. Many cards from Innistrad have gotten way better in this limited format. The archetype that everybody's been waiting for to come out and get better with this set, once they saw all the good cards for it, tokens is huge in limited now. Like, you're not going to go anywhere without looking over at least 2 games over, and you're going to see white and a lot of tokens. Damn. White had went from humans to tokens, easily. Speaking of humans, a really surprising bomb is Eaglald Inquisitor. Now this guy may only seem like a 2/2 with lifelink, but let's just say that lifelink makes a huge difference. All the lifelinkers, like Patrician of Markov and all them, suddenly matter so much more since the format is so aggro. Not only does he gain you the life, but gives you a Spirit later to block again, or just keep going. Damn! One little trick people should also be looking at is, if you look at that 1 green mana instant that gives you the 1/1 counters and more for Morbid, don't look at it as a pump spell the majority of the time. Look at it as finish off target Undying creature. Because all you do is you block, they're like, ha, okay, my guy's gonna come back. Then you go, no, 1/1 counter, and he's still getting killed. Goodbye. And travel preparations with that kind of idea just became real good. As you guys might have suspected, the whole sacrifice of human cards are kind of iffy. Just like werewolves were in the beginning. Well, the majority of the werewolves, I mean, in limited. And going back on the whole Undying idea, remember when I complained in my last video that there was so much non-removal, spot removal, like the pacifisms and all that? Well, suddenly, there's a reason why they did that. Yeah, if you're smarter than me, you might have realized, oh, geez, now I can get rid of the guys and not have to worry about Undying or who the hell they are. They can stay there, but, I get to screw over my opponent. Nice Transform Ravenous Demon, bruh! A few cards that really caught my eye while playtesting were, first to start off, Hollowhenge Spirit. This guy already stops some creature from blocking or attacking. You're usually using it on your opponent's turn to stop his attacker, then on your turn, swing even harder. And while it doesn't seem like much, it's really huge in this format. Keep your eye out for Artful Dodge. This card will easily win games out of nowhere, because it's the distortion strike of this set, but a little bit better since they can flash it back when exactly they need it. Saving Grasp is a card that's kind of techy, and it depends on your deck if it's really worth it. but it can save your Undying guy. It can negate one of your opponent's removal. It's an old school kind of like trick bounce made for limited. It's a nice little card, and I wouldn't go against putting it in your deck. Now this card. This is the one everyone's been talking about, like, yo, that might be secret tech right there. Hell yeah. Undying Evil. Yeah, either negate one of your opponent's destroy spells, or just screw your opponent over. They block your team, they're all good and all that? Yeah, that's great, Undying Evil. This card easily can turn games around, especially in this format where it's creatures bashing into creatures all the time. Blood Feud may seem like it's too much mana, not really doing anything, but like I said, the format has slowed down. And if you put the right guys in the beginning and you're able to get there on the curve, Blood Feud is beautiful. It's a 2-for-1 card that deals with so much. Vorpede, let's just say that's a card I don't want to face. Alter the Lost in the correct deck, if you have enough flashback cards, is pretty freaking good, and it's worth it. It's like a Sphere of the Suns. Ascension's Collar in human decks, that ends up winning on its own. Now think about this. Something like the Inquisitor or Ascension's Collar on a creature, you play Undying Evil, they have Undying, bam! Even if the Inquisitor, just think about this. You block, so you don't take that damage, you gain the life, you get a spirit, he comes back stronger to gain more life later and give you another spirit. Oh! A surprising one that also came out was Wolf Hunter's Quiver. This guy allows your opponent to constantly ping you, and in this format, if you get a stable defense, a nice little army, it gets harder for your opponent to kick through, and he's not going to want to just give up his guys. Havengul Runebinder is an amazing limited card, by the way. That rare card caught me out of nowhere. Like, he uses up your graveyard to give you the most insane army I've ever seen. Look out for this guy. He's definitely going to be a top pick at drafts eventually, I believe. Now, a few disappointments. I would like to name, first of all, Break of Day. The Faithful Hour. If I'm at 5 life, I don't care if they're indestructible. I just want to kill the guy. On that topic, how about All of Faithful Hour? All of Faithful Hour is a terrible mechanic. You being at 5 life, it does nothing for you. When you're at 5 life, you don't want, oh, I want my guys to be indestructible, or I want a few more tokens. No! You want to defeat your opponent right away. That, or gain a ton of life to get rid of your Faithful Hour. Another guy that disappointed me, which I know people are going to go up in arms against me about, is Ghoultree. This guy is a 10-10 that can be blocked by anything. And by the time you play him, you're playing him for 6, or even 5. Which, yeah, for a 10-10 is pretty nice, but he's still not that great. Lastly, Falconwrath Aristocrat? No, like I said before, the whole sacrifice a human mechanic that they introduced, not good. It provides so much card disadvantage for stuff that's not really worth it. Other than that, the set builds off of Innistrad really well. Not too many new ways to play around except for Undying. Scabs have gotten better. Werewolves have gotten way better. And of course, as you guys might have already realized, First Strike in an aggro format is amazing. And as usual, the last notice to the not as experienced players, play for your second main phase. Just like M12 was teaching you, this set is still all about Morbid, and you still want to catch your opponent off guard to take out his small guys in the beginning, so you can play your bigger guys. So use your second main phase to play everything after you attack. Alright, well I hope you guys have a great time at the Dark Ascension pre-release or release, whichever one you're going to. I'd like to give a special thank you for my friend Kush Singhal for playtesting with me, and I'll see you guys later. So tell me, players, what do you think about fighting for your humanity? So what was I going to say? For me, I got so much more egg roll.
Eat that wonton soup.
Swag. Yeah, that curve.
Nice curve, like a Swedish lady.
Ooh. course, one archetype that everybody's been, waiting for. Fuck, really?
I'm really waiting. Yo, this video is tanking.
Egg roll.
Egg roll.
Egg roll.
You should say egg roll more.
Egg
Very
roll.
egg roll.